So we will get started after the remarks. We will have time for a few questions, and so I thank you all for being here. Mayor Neeley.
Good morning, guys. This is another great day God has made, and we're here with some great, exciting news. And I appreciate the Director, Lisa, for coming here today to see the progress of our chemical feed building, which is directly behind us, as you can see. And just to imagine, a year ago, this was bare land. This is a new operation. This is about our water upgrades inside the city of Flint. And we know about water quality in the city of Flint. We know how to make water, we're making water more affordable and clean. And so we have some great, exciting news for you today. This process here that we had to talk about the lead copper rule throughout the state of Michigan and also our nation about the testing process of water, making sure residents will be able to digest and use water that's affordable and safe for them to drink. And so I want to thank my health navigators, these little ladies behind you. Just kind of just wave your hand, the health navigators, for being a part of the team and making sure that we had collected the samples. Not only did they go out and collect samples, they were able to collect the samples ahead of schedule. And we're proud today to announce, in partnership with Eagle and all of our other partners, our health navigators and the residents of the city of Flint and our DPW department, we're testing now at 3 parts per billion. 3 parts per billion, which is right now definitely under the regulatory marks that we should be under 15 parts per billion, but 12 parts per billion coming soon. But the city of Flint, with 90% of their samples testing at 3 parts per billion. And that is amazing, amazing work. And this is the lowest monitoring period that we've had since 2016. And this speaks to the significant improvement of the quality of water and also to the staff that has been providing the necessary expertise and the work that's necessary to move us forward as a community. Today we're going to be bringing up Lisa Clark from Eagle, our partner there. But we would definitely, this is not to stop. We won't stop until the job is completely done. We still have work to do with lead service line replacement, but making sure that we have potable water for residents to drink that they can feel safe about. A long journey, but we're getting there every single day, and this speaks to where we are with this feed station behind us. And we are very, very, very proud to be able to say that we have a great partner at Eagle in the state of Michigan. We have a great director there under the leadership of a great governor. We are able to accomplish these things, even in a very difficult time through a pandemic year and what I call the intersection of crisis. But moreover, we had to complete this process and we're getting the job done. So I'm going to invite our partner up from the state of Michigan, Lisa Clark, Director of Eagle.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm sort of amused that there's a train because I had the good fortune to be up in Cadillac for a brownfield announcement on Monday, and there was also a train. So I'm not sure if it's me or what's going on, but we're thrilled to be here. I'm Lisa Clark. I'm Director of Michigan's Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy, and I can't say enough about how excited we are about the progress that's happening here, and I really want to congratulate the mayor and his team. Particularly the health navigators. It's such an important role, and you really have made a difference. And I would be remiss if I didn't say the team on the ground here at the water facility. It really is important news. The progress that's been made up to this point, and then what's coming in the future. Let me be clear, no amount of lead is safe. We know that. Eagle's committed to supporting Flint's mission to make the city's drinking water system among the safest and most reliable in the nation. This is a major milestone, though, for the people of the city of Flint, and we look forward to seeing more coming up in 2021. Next month, we expect to see the startup of a safe and reliable second pipeline to Lake Huron. Later this year, we expect to see the completion of the lead service line replacement program, and in the fall, we look forward to seeing the completion of several projects that will help modernize the treatment system and distribution system. Throughout this process, we will continue to coordinate closely with the city and also to keep EPA and the community informed about this important work. And that's the reason that I'm here today, to give you the latest data. The city of Flint, as the mayor said, has now logged 10 consecutive monitoring periods spanning 5 consecutive years of lead and copper rule results that have consistently been below EPA's 15 parts per billion action level for lead. These results also meet future standards here in Michigan that will reduce the action level to 12 parts per billion. The most recent 90 percentile results for Flint were 3 parts per billion. And I'm just going to say it again, we know that there's no safe amount of lead, and we continue to be active and committed to making that progress. This result was recorded using Michigan's stricter sampling protocols, and that requires a 1st and 5th liter test in the homes to detect possible lead exposure from the service line as well as immediately in the home. The city collected 71 samples, and again, I just want to say what a big effort it is to collect these samples and how grateful I am for the work of the city to do that. 59 of them were Tier 1 sites, which means single residences, and 12 were Tier 2 sites, which mean multifamily residences, like apartment buildings or businesses. These samples taken in Flint for LCR monitoring purposes were held to a higher standard than any city in the state. To be included in the final calculation, the service line material had to physically be confirmed to have lead. Flint's on track to complete the effort to eliminate lead service lines later this year as part of a $97 million effort. As of April 9, 2021, Flint had completed 26,819 evacuations and replaced 9,941 lead service lines. More than 90% of the lead and galvanized steel service lines in Flint have already been removed and replaced with 9,912 copper service lines. In addition, 16,838 existing lines have been identified as being constructed with copper pipe, so replacement was not necessary. Finally, the city has extended the opt-in period, allowing residents to have their service lines checked and replaced to this Friday, July 23rd. So please do not hesitate to opt in to this very important program. From Eagle's perspective and from my personal perspective, we know that trust was broken. We know that what we need to do is to deliver results to the people of the city of Flint, and I'm grateful to have that opportunity and to stand beside Mayor Sheldon Neeley to do that. Thanks for your time.
We'll open it up for a few questions, but just remember, there's a human side to this. You know, families have been impacted. We had a role and responsibility as our governmental units, as far as local government, state government, and also federal government, to make sure things were corrected. Right now is a physical brick and mortar visualization of really what we're doing and how we've been working together to make sure that we can reestablish the trust. We know there's a crisis of confidence inside the city. We're working very hard through our partnerships to rebuild that. As we build these physical buildings to make sure the quality of water is acceptable to residents. And our last testing cycle speaks to that, moving in that positive direction. As the director said, there's no amount of lead that's safe in water, but we're now reading at 3 parts per billion, which is our best testing cycle to date. And I think it's fair to say that we are probably amongst the leaders in the state of Michigan as it relates to these testing results. So opening it up for questions.
When will this be operational?
I'm going to rely on my DPW directors, Scott Dungy, come on up. Mike, come on, both of you guys come up. These are the technical faces that make this thing happen. And the question is, when are we going to be operational? Okay, sorry.
Well, as stated earlier, we'll be taking water from GCDC here at the beginning of the month. We'll be taking about 500,000 gallons a day. We are going to do, in September, hopefully, we will change that over and be taking full amount of water through the plant to be able to isolate the isolate GLEWA, so we can do some repair on some valves that are on the GLEWA side. So that hopefully will be in September, and we're hoping that our plant here will be up and running hopefully by the end of this year. And there's a lot to do, but they're getting a lot done quickly. In less than a year, to be able to have this much done is quite an accomplishment.
And to get further updates, we have the City of Flint website that we have generated to be able to give on real-time updates about where we are, the progress we're making. And so I would encourage those that may be listening to your reports to go to the website to be able to look at that, so they can actually get well-versed on where we are and the progress that we're making. Anyway, I guess I know Remy has a question. Okay, just because. Okay.
There have been reports recently that residents continue to use faucet filters. What is the city's stance on that?
Well, I would recommend to continue to use for where you're drinking your water from, to continue to be able to use the filtration systems for your localized water. We are still making sure that we're continue to test, continue to monitor, continue to provide our upgrades, but don't relax your standards with your water or your filtration systems. Continue the operations and how you've been doing them. So that is the recommendation from the city.
There's also reports that come back of Legionnaires' disease. What are the water experts say about that?
Well, we're going to stay on topic here about the chemical feed building today, and then we'll lean toward those medical professionals and the scientists, and we'll have a separate engagement as we talk more about those things as they move forward. Yes.
Happens inside that building. Can you explain the magic of the trade?
Absolutely. It's just really, behind those doors, magic happens, right? Just as you said it. But what happens there is that, there's a level of chemistry that makes sure that water is safe. Making sure that we add the appropriate amount of chemicals, the balance of chemicals, making sure water is at a level where people can drink it. And I'm going to bring over Scott Dungy to be able to speak to the chemical portion of it.
Hello, my name's Scott Dungy. I'm the City of Flint Water Plant Supervisor. So this building is the new chemical feed building to take the place of an old temporary building that right now we're feeding chemicals to meet the Eagle regulations. When this building's put in service, there's new modern pumps in there. They're all fully automated that can be controlled by a SCADA system operations center that's in the main building. Right now, them pumps, the old pumps, are manual and all of that, so it takes a lot of employee hours to maintain them and operate them. So a part of this building is to automate, make our job a little easier, quicker response time. If water chemistry changes from GLEWA to GCDC, the sensors will monitor and respond much quicker than we can every 2 hours going and manually checking. So it's modernizing an old plant.
Yep.
Yes. With all of these accomplishments that we've had since the water crisis, how close are we now to being able to say that the water emergency is over?
Well, we're going to leave it up to our partners that evaluates those things, our quality control levels at Eagle and also EPA. They'll be making sure they monitor our progress, and then at a certain point in time, they'll be able to say, job well done. You are now relieved of a water emergency, and you are in operation back to your control mechanisms of your own governance. And so, did you want to speak to that? Or?
I think you did a great job summing it up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now Remy's ready.
Okay, Mayor, so, we're talking about accomplishments on that question, a 5-year milestone, but we know a lot of people here in Flint still don't trust the water. So what do you have to say to them?
Right. There's progress to be made on all areas, right? We're responsible with the quality control levels on the municipal level, state level, and federal level to make sure that measurements are put into place, that we have testing procedures and making sure that water is safe. We have our health professionals and our medical professionals that tells us as well that where it's at. But now we speak to the crisis and confidence that residents have, and I can't blame residents for having some pause as it relates to it. But it's about process and it's about time. Through a measurement of process and time, we will start to regain the level of trust with residents inside the city of Flint, and also everywhere in our country, as our President Biden has put out a national effort saying that lead service lines need to be replaced nationwide. And now that we're a little bit ahead of the scope here in the city of Flint, we can provide a level of understanding and also a template on how to do these things well. And so, but it's about people, it's about understanding where we are, and it's about building and restoring trust as well. And it's going to be a process. Is that it?
Funding for this plan explained today?
Yep, the funding, we talked about the WIN dollars, $97 million of high-minded legislative dollars that have come from the federal government and also our state government alike, and municipal dollars went into the process as well. But those dollars that came to make this into existence was from those WIN dollars that was given to us by our federal government.
You know how much municipal dollars?
Pardon me?
You know how many dollars from the municipality of Flint?
Well, we received about $167 million in total for our overall water projects that we need to make sure that things like this happen. $97 million of that came from a state, federal funding by way of the state monitoring that. And so these dollars have been put to well use, and we're making sure we count every dollar to make sure the residents of the city of Flint are the benefactors of that. And so I'm just so very proud as mayor of the team. We talk about Scott Dungy, we talk about Mike Brown, we talk about our health navigators, we talk about City Administrator Edwards, we talk about our other personnel that helps us out from time to time. We talk about Dr. Lawrence Reynolds. We talk about all those individuals, and we talk about a team effort. We talk about the motto when I say prayer, planning, and partnership. That is the recipe for success in many occasions, and we have this behind us to prove that model works, and we will continue to try to partner with residents to be able to restore the level of trust that's necessary to move our community forward, to move our state forward, and also provide a guiding light for our country with regards to having safe, affordable water. We understand and we believe that water is a human right, and we will continue down that pathway every single day. But we have to do it in partnership. And I think that was the last question, because I think you used your word allowance too much there. You asked about 5 of them. Remy, no more? Okay. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. I forgot to say you, Lee too. He's great. Was it okay for somebody back there want to get the VO inside the building? Hey guys, if you want to get some VO of the inside of the building to answer your magic question, you can go take a camera over there and take a look at it.